Alright, as promised, now that we've dealt with that second base, let's kill a little bit of time and see what new Pokemon we can discover in this biome. Better make it quick though, because Luca's going to be needing our help soon. Right, where should we start? Ooh, I know. How about one of the more common sightings around these parts? Escaboom, the mud snail Pokemon. And I do mean common, these guys spread like wildfire, to the point where they're kind of invasive. Their shells can be found all over the beaches of the region, and the only reason you've most likely not encountered one yet is because, well, I'm not showing it off until now. If one of these guys is lying on the beach and ruining your day, find another spot and leave them alone, because these Pokemon can build up pressure in their shells, causing them to explode without warning. Ah, here's another common sight. Multipod, the lava lamp Pokemon. One of the few fire-type Pokemon native to the sea, they will use hypnotic lights to lure in their prey, before finishing them with a plasmatic shock. It's described as being remarkably intelligent, using its electrical abilities to hack electronic devices. When Multipod is in deep thought, its head will flux and glow brightly. Lastly, for the time being, we have quite a scurvy little fella. Scallyflag, the flying rat Pokemon. If he looks familiar, that's because he's the evolved form of the regional variant of Petract, evolving from Petract once his level reaches 20. In a colony of Petract, these guys will act as the scouts, often staying in trees or high places to keep an eye out for danger. Just like gliding squirrels, they have special skin which gives them the ability to glide. Using their strong and flexible tail, they will attach themselves to objects and allow the power of the wind to keep themselves upright like a flag. This is a warning sign for any Pokemon that is going near their territory. I say warning sign because the evolutionary line actually doesn't stop there. Petract actually has a second evolution which it can access, but I'll save this mystery split evolution for another day. In the meantime, let's book it to Neotropolis. Well, here we are, once again, or for the first time, depending on the order you're watching this, Neotropolis, the capital of the Revolu region. We'll go into more detail about this place in another arc, but for the time being, just know there's a museum in town which we'll have to visit. It doubles as the place's gym, and it's where Luca is waiting for us. So let's not keep him any longer, shall we? Yeah, that one doesn't look too right. Ah, old specimen. That explains it. Oh, not bad. But it's a lot smaller than I thought it'd be. Ah, player, you're here. Glad you could make it. I just met the gym leader. He's just taking care of a challenger. He'll be here in a moment. Ah, speak of the Garantina. Wow, that was easy, but what else did I expect from the weakest dragon trainer? Right, finished. Okay, mister, what was it you wanted to tell me you brought a friend with you as well. Have I seen you somewhere before? Maybe another challenger? I don't know. Anyway, you said you were members of iPad? That's right, kid. I'm Luca. This is my assistant, Player. You think you can keep our business in the dark? Don't worry, I already shut off all the security in this room. Whatever's said in here, stays in here, so what do you want to know? Well, Player and I are solving a case. I would give you a long story short, but I'm gonna have to tell you the long part. And that's pretty much it. Not to mention the reason why I came to you. Sarah thought you would know something about this prophecy. I've heard a lot of talk of prophecies over the years. And so you said, when the four great ones come together. That's what they said, right? That's what one of their admins said, yes. Strange, I know, but in all fairness, these admins are quite strange themselves. They're not like any typical organization I've dealt with so far. One of them, though, I could have sworn I've seen before. Vanessa, where have I seen her before? A gym leader? Maybe another trainer from another region? Probably. And then there's another one of their members, Terry. He used to be a member of Sky University, and when I talked to the professor about it, he didn't know what would have possibly caused him to... Did they refer to their followers or Pokemon as slaves? Well, yes. Yes, actually, they did. How'd you figure it out then, son? Oh no. Oh, no. This is not good if this is the case. But so soon? Is it that time already? It has to have been, but whatever explanation could it... William? What's the matter, my boy? What's wrong? I might have a hunch as to what's going on here, but I'll need a bit more evidence to make sure, so I'm just going to do a bit more research, and do you think you can find the identity of all of those admins? Not to mention, look through their history, see if there was any traumatic events that happened. Find out who they used to be before joining Team Prophecy and becoming admins. Well, of course, there's still one more base Hold on. What do you mean who they used to be? I'll explain if all the evidence adds up to that scenario, which I really hope it doesn't. But if it does, let's just say you're gonna need to sit down with a cup of coffee. Or sit down with a cuppa, as you Galarians say it. Galarian? Judging by the uniform, yes. I'm sorry, are you not Galarian? I'm sorry I jumped to conclusions. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this research. Oh no, it's fine, my boy. It's just... Well... I don't really know where I'm from. What? What do you mean? I mean... I don't really remember. A few years ago, I remember washing up on the Hoenn region. Lovely place, just too much water. After that, well, the rest of my memory's very fuzzy. I couldn't even remember my name. So I just adopted the name Luca. You have amnesia? I'm so sorry, that must have been scary for you. It was at first, but luckily a nearby family took me in. A few years later, I joined the National Police, which eventually evolved into iPad, and, well, here I am now. I still don't remember who I am, though, or who I was. That's probably a mystery I'm never going to solve. But that's not important right now. What is important is that I focus on the mystery right in front of me, and that's this one. So, if you want info, Playa and I'll go out to get it. Come on then, partner. There's only one more base to go before it's happy hour. So let's solve the mysteries of this prophecy, shall we? Good luck, you two. Because if my hunch is correct, then, well, we're all in deep stew. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the last biome in the region. The third and most dangerous location in the country, Mount Verbisson. It sounds like forbidden, and for good reason. This place is dangerous, littered with powerful Pokemon that could ambush you at any second. The other two biomes can be dangerous in their own right, but this place takes a whole new league. We've got dark caves, giant mountains with high risks of rock slides and avalanches, narrow paths, and of course, snow. Tons of it. However, if you look deep enough, you might be able to find some ruins and even relics of the region's past. So it's no wonder why people are still challenging this terrain to this day. Although it doesn't matter if those people are explorers, daredevils, or all of the above. Sad to say, not many people return from this place. So being careful around here should go without saying. This mountain is so big it leaks into other regions. It's literally one of the tallest mountains in the Pokemon world. So it's no wonder that Team Prophecy would choose to make one of their bases out here. Though the locals can give you some trouble, not all the Pokemon around here are hostile. In fact, should you choose to look for them, some of them can be quite helpful. In terms of oldies, we've got ice types galore, a couple of pseudo-legendaries and a few other Pokemon. And here are some of the newbies that you can find. Are there more new Pokemon you can discover? Well, heck yeah. One of them being this little fella, the husky Pokemon Huscout. If I'm not showing its stats, you can probably guess where it's from and where to find out about it. They're actually native to another region that isn't Cryoto, but they often migrate over the mountains to find food. Brave little chaps, aren't they? And so's their evolution, the scout Pokemon Huscalper. And leading their expeditions is their final evolution, the ranger Pokemon Huscanger. Make sure to catch these Pokemon if you can, since they'll be a massive help in terrain like this. They can manage this kind of terrain just fine, with only one common enemy. That being this little fella, Cubfort, the teddy bear Pokemon. They're often seen in a hibernatic state, rarely leaving the comfort of their cozy caves. Don't let their cuteness fool you though. They can be quite hostile if their quiet time is interrupted. If it gets too hot for them, they can regulate their temperature using their chests, hence the blue spot on their fur. That spot can get so cold it can cause frostbite with a mere touch, so be careful. On a much more pleasure note, this is Revolution Snover, the fake tree Pokemon. It's a fake tree now because it's no longer a grass type. These Pokemon have left behind their wild ways and have become a lot more active with civilizations. Just ignore the fact that it can be found out here in the wild. The berries that used to grow on its body are now replaced with flashing orbs, which are said to bring peace and joy to whoever sees them. Those who see this Pokemon glow at night can't help but stare in awe and joy. It's a wonderful Pokemon to add to your team if you're interested. But that's enough sightseeing, it's time to find that base. Halt! Who goes there in the name of the Great Prophecy? Oh, pardon me for intruding, but my name is Mr. Smith, and this here is... Player? Yeah, we've heard of you. Our Great One has already gotten news from the other Great One that you beated. Here to complete your trial, I assume? Oh, well, news travels fast. Yes, and he can prove it. Player, what is the Great Prophecy? Okay, I'll buy it. But only on one condition. Knowing about the Great Prophecy is only one half of the test. The other is to defeat me in Pokemon battle. So let's see if you can earn your place in the New World Order. For the sake of the prophecy! Team Prophecy! The Lord and Saviors have blessed my Pokemon! Let's go, Cephalosaurus! Ooh, new evolution already. This is the Lava Lamp Pokemon Cephalosaurus, and if it wasn't obvious, it evolves from Multipod at level 32, by holding your Nintendo Switch upside down. Anyway, they have the ability to channel heat through their tentacles, which they'll either use to melt through their prey, or evaporate the water to confuse predators. They are incredibly intelligent, and are capable of plugging their tentacles into electronic devices to take control of them. This Pokemon was once reported hacking a supercomputer, just for fun. Team Prophecy appear to be a fan of them, although they don't really stick around for long. Looks like they're smart enough to see through Team Prophecy's crazy charade. Ugh, darn Pokemon, why don't you listen to me? Go, Wigglytuff! Ah! I guess you're the real deal then. Forgive me, Great Ones, I failed you! So, is that all the proof you need? Plenty. You may enter our base at your leisure. However, I warned you, we are in the middle of something. What sort of something? Let's just say, our next Lord and Savior may have arrived. The day of reckoning will soon come. The day where the system will be broken down and the almighty Lord and Saviors will bring us to Utopia! I don't like the sound of that. Be on your guard, player. There's something about this that seems too easy. They may be giving us a red carpet, but I have a funny feeling that it's red for a good reason. Be on your guard. We're going in.